Hi, my name is Amy. Thank you very much for watching, and let's make some bad financial decisions together. This is for entertainment purposes only, so if you're entertained, please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. So I was going to do a shopping spree with you today, even though it is Tuesday, because my mom was in town yesterday, and I went with her and two of my sister's children out and about. And so that was the intention, but I just realized that I haven't actually done like my November spreadsheet or done any preparation for that. So why don't we do that instead? I When I was in the car, I was able to do the transfer from my retirement account, and I did everything but basically transfer the assets from my margin account to my leverage trash account because it's just a lot of moving parts, and I would rather do that on the desktop because I am a millennial, apparently. So basically, a lot of things changed. So I'm not going to even do this whole spreadsheet, like copy over the whole thing like I've been doing. I'm just going to copy the top part. So I like to do, let's find all the tickers and let's just go down. So this is on a weekly basis. Can we move one of these things or the other things? Okay. So we have, see, I was doing these so that like MST was at the top because it pays on Monday. But I think just, so KGLD, we're just going to put way down here for now. So what's been happening is I have just been like, I didn't go in order because I didn't go in order with what's in my Robinhood account when I'm looking at it. So I missed some tickers. I just wasn't tracking them. But so I was trying to organize them in the spreadsheet. Bitey is also monthly, so it's going to go down with KGLD. NVYY and PLTW, and then in my leverage trash account, because these are the only two that I am tracking on, this has MST, we have MSTW, Ulti, MVYY, XBTY, and then Blocks is here, also playing weekly. So this was green in October, but we can do this whatever we want, and I want it to be a fall theme, so we're doing orange. Oh, I just went to go pet my cat, and he fell off the edge of the table. Okay. He might also be on my keyword now. Revenge of the Cat. Anyways. So what does this do? So I put the distributions per each. And then we do equals. And we do round. And this times this, comma 2. So that makes it a dollar amount. And then I can just bring that down, and we have that for everybody now. And then this is equal the distribution per, and then we do it times this. We'll do the same rounding. Round this, and then 2 decimal places. And so we have that. And then we have leverage stock amount, distribution. I think that's not something we need anymore. Anyways, so this was doing, yep. See how that does that? So we need to put that down to like 15. and 15, and we'll just take out these extra things for now, which I'll explain what those were later. But basically, what I like to do is take this and leave like a few spaces here, but we have a week 1 and now we have week 2, and I'm gonna go ahead and look at a calendar. So week 1 starts on 11/3. Week 2 is 11/10. We're gonna have to put this down more. And this should have like the right, yeah, we're good. We do this and leave like 2 or 3 empty spots in case I get into new positions, which I shouldn't be getting into that many new positions at the moment, but you never know. So 3, and then this is 11/17. And then we can go KGLD, like this, I think has to go down even further. Oh, wow. I have too many of these tickers. What can I say? So then we have this, and I think week 4, it starts on the 24th. So we have 4 weeks in November, and we have YMAX, Goldie, GDXY, Winter, Salty, MST, Ulti, XBT. I don't know who is talking to me. Yeah, so my phone's not on silent because I'm waiting for Lowe's to call me to set up a time to make the fence that I paid for. But that was just Fidelity letting me know that my orders were partially filled, which is weird because on Robinhood they're usually filled basically right away. So I just also noticed that I did week 5. It's week 4. I can go in numerical order. I can count up to 4. Anyway, so what's up with KGLD and BITY? Well, those are in fact monthly. And I think, well, I guess I could actually just look at YieldMight and KGLD. So that is in the week 1's distribution. So the next one should be declaring today. So that's on 11/4. And then Bitey, I need to add a search engine on here. Okay, so this is in week 4. So this should probably, well, when does it say that the next distribution is? In the past. So I guess we'll go and update these soon. The next one's on 11/26. So basically for the week totals, we can take the I don't know why it's so loud outside my house right now, but all right, so we've got the calculation here. So for the week total, we can plus Bitey, and then here we can do plus KGLD, and then I don't know why every single electronics in my house wants me to. Anyways, so then total equals sum column E plus sum and column G. And what I did last week or month was I actually added back options. So we can, okay, so I need to actually duplicate this, and we're going to do November, and then for November options, this was in 91 through 96. So we can put this down here too. And instead of being in October, we have November, and then November, and just changing this. I think we can drag it down. And then in here, we can, get rid of all of these. And then we don't need to do that. And then for this, we only have, it's going to be 11/3/2025 to 11/7/2025, 11/10. So this is just giving us the range within all of these. I don't know if I've ever really, let me get through this first one. 11/17/2025, and then 11/21, and then 11/24/25, and then 11/28/2025, and then these are, there's no 5th week in November. So anyways, so the formula I have here is sum if. So it takes the premium I got in column C, and then if AA, which is here, which is the ticker symbol that I input here. So it might be better if I actually just do it, and we do a live recording of what this is. Anyways, so I'm in my margarine account. I have $68,241 of margin used. I don't ever, at least not for the near future, want to have more than $70,000 of margin used. I'm trying to actually pay down on margin, but on the way to do that, I can do more options. So what we're going to do is go into MSTX, my favorite for some reason. And then, so it's at a $12 stock now. Wow, that really took a beating. So we're going to trade options on MSTX, sell, put, and we say, these are really messed up, aren't they? We'll try it at $10 for 10 cents. What is, so I'm gonna just do some math that we can erase later. Time equals .1 times 52, so that's $5.20. So that's like a 50% yield. What about the 20? Okay, so that's more acceptable to me. We can do sell a put, continue, do one contract, and then .25. Submit. Okay, so that went through. So we have, it's MSTX. It's a sold put. The premium I received was $24.96. This is 11/4/2025. The expiration is on November 7th. The strike price was $11. The quantity was 1. So this means that for my MSTX is here somewhere. When I go ahead and change all of the time frames on all of these to fit the narrative that we are actually in November, which is hard to believe that we're at the end of the year. I thought it was never going to end. It's been kind of a wild ride, honestly. But yeah. So you see it's $24.96. I have them all summed up here. And then this should go into my November, and it's $24.96. So for my week total here, which I haven't done it yet, I'm just going to go and add this. That way we have what I've earned this week in here. And then this total already has it because it's in column E. And then in my totals, I haven't done my 11/2025 yet, but basically, no, that is not it. My beginning portfolio is equal to my ending balance, and the dividend total is actually in November, and we are doing this total amount. Okay, and that the $24 on a $165,000 portfolio is 0.18 cents, 0.18%. Yay! We've done so well so far in November. We're only 4 days in, and I haven't recorded things from yesterday, but hey, we're doing so good. Anyways, thank you for sticking with me with that. I'm not that good at spreadsheets, like doing advanced formulas in Google Spreadsheets. Do you all want me to give you all like a 2026 dividend tracker that has it from like all 12 months and you can do your own totals? I think I might be able to create a spreadsheet, something for cheap for sale. Because I like, and then I put like random crap in there, but like I like having my totals for the year, what my beginning portfolio, what my ending portfolio was, and just keeping track of it manually for my own records, and also just to keep myself accountable for what I'm doing. But I sold one MSTX. I keep forgetting that I have my SPY. So I bought my leaps. I can get my money back just holding the leaps and selling it when it's appropriate. But what I want to do instead is trade options. We're going to sell a call. And usually I do this for my members only, the options, but I already did the majority of my big trades for the week, or like buying things this week. So, yeah, anyways, so we have $679. Also, we're on a down day right now, and the danger of going very aggressive on a downswing is that by the end of the week, this could go up quite a bit, and then we've lost. So I want to make around $30 a week. To me, I did the math, and it's like That's like a 10% yield, which is like fine, right? So, okay, so we did in November options, we did the SPY, and we sell a call. The premium was $36.96. And then this was open on the 4th as well. And it expires also on the 7th. I'm not doing 0 day to expiration because I cannot pay attention like to the stock that much. And the strike price was $6.91. And I was looking at the chance of profit here. It's at a 90% profit, and I want at least a 30-cent from my $10,000. So doing the same math, 30 cents, 52, and then you divide that by $9,000, I think, and no. I keep thinking of it as, so it's a 17% yield. So basically, it would be 0.3 here, and then we just times it by 100. And that would make it, anyways, yes. So I think for SPY and me covering high income ETFs for a long time, that, you know, that 10 to 15% yield on a SPY contract is actually pretty reasonable and not super aggressive. Where I was getting into trouble before was, you know, going down one more, getting 50 cents, but then the market goes against me, and I have to pay more to get out of the contract. So I'm trying to work on my discipline with the leaps. Anyways, so we've done my one MSTX contract. We've done my SPY leaps. We don't actually have to get it to $70,000 done. So close enough for me. And then we do need to, my ongoing accounting, I did take out the $2,591 to pay my bills. So I will pay the $750 over on my credit card later this week. And so I don't think that either of these numbers make sense anymore. But it's basically just like this number, sorry. Divided by 4. So I have $650 total. And so what are we doing? B6 divided by 4. That is way, oh, okay. This is why I do this offline. Okay. We've got the ongoing accounting. We'll just do 600. It's 259.35. 2591.35. the reason why okay, so we got this. And so basically each of these should have $161. MST at the moment is $5.04. It's gonna bottom at some point, right? Right? 14 dot, sorry, 15.02, NBYY, 23.87, and PLTW is at 46.55. Okay, so that didn't change any of the numbers, which is nice. So we're just going to go to account, transfers, transfer, assets, continue, from margarine to my leverage trash account, continue, and then customize my selection. I wish I could transfer everything, start from scratch in my margarine account, but that's not how it's going to work. So not all shares, but 32, confirm, and then XBTY is 11, and then NVYY 7, and PLTW is around here somewhere. We'll do 3 of that. I think when I sold Ulti last month, a lot of the shares, like half of what I have. And we're coming up on that month and 1 day for the wash sale rules. So after that, because now the concern is it's below $5, so the margin is going to increase. So I think starting next week on Monday, I'm going to start transferring Ulti. Hold on a second, I need a drink of water. Thank you. Sorry, I am in fact feeling much better today, although I might take a nap at some point. But something that just occurred to me is sometimes people ask me, like, how did you feel about the down market that we had today? And at this point in my life, I really just like going through my accounts and looking to see how each of what I've set up is faring. So right now, my margarine account, today it's down 3.5%, basically 49%. Leverage trash, it's down 3.78%. So it's down more than my margarine account, which is good. I think I was saying that starting next week on Monday, the next shopping spree, we're going to start taking Ulti out of this account and putting it in my leverage trash account. And I'm not sure I actually need, like, I think we've shown that I'm making enough money for me to live on. So I could trim down my Ulti position just a little bit more to something a little bit more NAV stable, because, getting the margin readjusted to being something higher would really devastate this account. And and even though I'm getting the money and I'm able to use that money to pay off my debt, and like in total returns, I'm doing okay. Eventually that money is going to, like, it's not going down to zero, but I would feel better just for my own self if I can redirect the distributions I'm doing into things that I don't think is going to have such high swings in NAV. Basically, I like gold, I like Bitcoin, I like AI stuff, but I do need to be in things kind of like Eggy or, you know, Spy Eye, QQQI, where over time I think will go up in value and just make this overall, sorry, a more sustainable thing in the first place. But then let's go over to my margin account because, this is down 3.5, the other one's down 3.7. And I wouldn't say that, my Roth IRA is down 2.23%. Yeah, so my Roth IRA isn't diversified, but I do have way more holdings than in any of my other portfolios. So I think that I'm actually going to start backing off investing in high income ETFs in my Roth IRA because the principle of my Roth is for retirement. I'm only taking 80% of the distributions and getting the penalty on the distributions. So I think the pace and the amount of distributions I'm getting from my Roth is really good. So I'm going to start investing in growth stocks like GRNY and SPMO and some single stocks like Amazon and MSTR. I just want to make sure that I'm getting the upside in my retirement account, because if you get capped on the upside, it really does hinder your future. And retirement at my age, this really is for when I'm retirement age. So we do have to start focusing on that, since I'm going to start not needing the income at this exact moment. So anyways, what I'm saying is it's just interesting to me how some of my portfolio, because I'm not going to deny that my margin account is concentrated still, even though I have taken steps to use inverses and gold to hedge and normalize my portfolio. So I'm glad that it does work out, but it is nice that I have a few different portfolios I can look at and with different philosophies where I've had making them, and just to see how they fare in different market conditions. So to me, I'm not panicking. I'm just observing and seeing how things are. So I just really hope that my ulti, that Robinhood doesn't change it from being a 25% margin maintenance to something much worse until I have, I just need this to be in a cash account where I'm not worried about margin, because it's still paying an 80% distribution. That's really helping me pay my bills at the moment. But I think it is really hard because I only have 3 months of me living off of my distributions full time to make any kind of determination of, do I need this high of a yield? Can I get away with doing something more? And I've just been more focused on just reinvesting into safer and more NAV stable things than getting out of positions necessarily. I just think that with the rate cuts, there's going to be a bull run. There is going to be a run up, hopefully. But after that, I'm expecting a crash at some point in the next year. So I'm planning for that. I'm not panicking. I'm just saying I have a lot of margin out. So I'm going to actually pay down my margin instead of trying to buy into... I'm not even explaining this correct. I need ulti out of this account, because out of this margin account, because it's going down in value consistently, and I'm worried that the margin maintenance is going to go up, and then I only have like a 30% margin buffer to begin with. So I don't want to get margin called because Ulti decided that I need to be under $5. However, I still need money. And then I'm trying to pay down the amount of margin that I have out. I'm okay with options collateral because it's not treated the same as margin, but I do want to slowly see my margin amount go down. I just can't sell shares to get my margin down because I still need money in order to be able to survive. And whatever extra money I have, I can use to pay down my margin or buy more stable things like gold. Anyways, thank you for coming. So my voice is telling me that this video has gone on for long enough. So I'd like to thank my members, Paulette Pierre, Scott Behringer, Michael Holiday, Shane O'Mac, Bill Brandt, Patriot Spalding, BGB Automotive, In My Opinion Jetta, and Omega Werewolf X. You all are amazing, and you're helping me make my channel and YieldMight more sustainable. And so what's happening with YieldMight, I have tried, well, I think I'm caught up from last week for the weeklies. I'm going to get Mondays and today's done, and then I need to go look at all the monthly ones and get those up. So this is a big update date for me. I'm feeling mostly better. I just have a bunch of like laundry to do. So we're going to do some housework and we're going to get this stuff done and update YieldMight. And for those that are uninitiated, YieldMight.com is a website that I made from scratch. And what you do at a most basic level is you say, I have $500 to invest. And so if you invest $500 into WPay, you would have had $5.72 in distributions this last distribution, which comes out to be $5.72 weekly, because it is a weekly pair. That would be $24.80 monthly, or $297.58 annually. And so I've normalized this payment out to weekly, monthly, and annually, so that if you're trying to compare this to the ones that are twice a week, or the ones that are twice a month, or every 4 weeks, or even monthly. So, and there's over 100 tickers in here. It is not every single high income ETF, but I am working on adding more all the time. So anyways, thank you all for watching and sticking through this. And what are your plans for November? Do you have anything exciting coming up? And I'll talk to you later. Bye.